So, there's more to you than just looking like me. What are you, anyway?
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog!
Recently, I stumbled upon a Reddit post referencing a TV tropes page that really caught my attention. It explored how Shadow's been portrayed as increasingly grouchy in recent Sonic media, and the reasons for it were really interesting. It touched upon many topics, like Shadow getting his hopes up in Generations with the possibility of saving Maria and Gerald from their fates, only to find out that he is powerless to do so. And even if he knows this, it ends up affecting him. Later on, Shadow has to deal with all of what happened in Generations, while his rival Sonic is celebrating his birthday party completely oblivious to it all. And since Shadow is not one to open up about how he feels, nobody can really help him or just listen to him. But the next point this page touches on is on Shadow's fight with Sonic, where he loses because not only did he hold back, he was contemplating if using his new Doom powers was even right. These thoughts end up distracting him, which caused him to let his guard down and then get bonked by Sonic. Afterwards, if you talk to Omega, he comments on how Shadow was created to be this ultimate weapon, with power and speed unmatched. Yet, Sonic, someone that just popped into existence out of nowhere, has all of his talents naturally. And this is really interesting because how would Shadow really feel about this? Sure, he could say some snarky remark on how I have no equal, but I think it can go beyond this. Shadow was created to be the ultimate life form, a perfect being, with the power of chaos control, Black Doom DNA, immune to disease, and with immortality. His own existence created fear, which made Gunn act on this and end up taking the life of the person most important to him. Shadow's birth caused Maria's death. This pain shaped who he is. And while Shadow has made peace with his past before, we see in Generations that old wounds can reopen. And can you even blame him? This is his family, his purpose. He fights with Maria's wish. He fights to protect the world she loved. His suffering, loss, and pain gave him strength. Shadow is motivated by a tragic backstory, and this is important for his character. Like All Hail Shadow goes, suffer long and it will set you free. Only through trial do we find the strength we need. But then we have our blue hero, that really just spawned out of nowhere, has the same power and speed as Shadow, maybe even more, full of stamina, and doesn't need equipment to retain his power from getting out of control, and even pulled Shadow's chaos control with a fake emerald. I don't have doubts that this might mess with him even a little bit. Now imagine if Sonic gained access to immortality, immune to disease, and could cure NIDS, the illness Maria had. How would Shadow feel about all of this? Imagine you were trained your whole life by a team of professionals to be, let's say a runner for example. You always had the best resources to be the best runner, and eventually you do become one of the greatest. But then on a random Tuesday, some guy shows up to your life and he's naturally as fast as you, maybe even better, has more stamina, and without all of the resources you've had in your life, it probably does sting. It does make you think about yourself. Now, I'm not trying to go into a Sonic is way better than Shadow discourse. Even though Sonic is my GOAT, I believe there's almost nothing Sonic can do that Shadow can't. But Sonic's very own existence is what I believe to be something that makes Shadow reflect on himself. Sonic is very powerful as well, but he spends most of his time going on adventures or relaxing, which Shadow probably sees as a waste of his abilities. And while Shadow is more serious and analytical when there's a problem that could put the world in danger, Sonic fights and defends the world while being very open-minded, reckless and impulsive. And then suddenly, with all of this in mind, Sonic and Shadow's rivalry gains more meaning than just proving who is better. It's about what they believe is right. And most of the time when they clash, it's because of this. Shadow knows the pain of loss, so he takes threats very seriously and doesn't hesitate to stop them, even if people he knows get in his way. And Sonic, on the other hand, is a free-willed character that always tries to see the good in people and believes everyone can change and that they deserve a chance of redemption. And he just believes in this with no need to prove anything. Don't ask me why, I don't need a reason. Shadow and Sonic's rivalry isn't just about power, it's about how you choose to face the world. And that's why it's one of my favorite rivalries in gaming. I would love to see in the next mainline Sonic game a story which revolved around these two. I think it has a lot of potential for amazing storytelling. And who knows, with news of Sega trademarking Shadow the Hedgehog, we might learn more about how he truly feels about Sonic's existence, or just Sonic in general. But what about you? What do you think about all of this? Do you agree, disagree, and tell me why down below. I'm always open to learning more from you guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. It was a bit different from stuff that I usually make, but leave a like if you did. And if you subscribe, you will receive this amazing Sonic bed for free. 100%. This is totally not a scam, okay? Please subscribe. See you later, guys.